Hi there. Today we're going to talk about how to use our school Gmail accounts. Remember, Gmail is a school tool. We only use it to work with our either teachers or if we are doing a specific class assignment with our other classmates. The first thing I want you to learn is how to send a new message. I am going to thank Ms. Jane because Ms. Jane allowed me to use her account to show you how to do this. So when we go into our Gmail account, over here is the Compose button. When I click on Compose once, I get this box, and the box says New Message. There are three parts to this box. Two is where you put the address of the person you are sending your message to. Your assignment today is going to send a message to both me and your classroom teacher. So when I put Ms. Jody, I don't have to put the Ms., just the Jody part, J-O-D-Y. And notice as soon as you start typing, names come up. There are many Jodys in the district. You are looking for the Jody whose last name is Retzer-Krola. When you hover over my name, you see that it even describes here what my job is, Library Media Technology Specialist at Gompers. And that is how you know you got the right Jody. Or else just look for the sunflower. If I come back down to this box and click on my name, then I will have my email address in the to box. You can send a message to more than one person at a time though. If you see the blinking cursor is now next to my name, and that is where you would type your teacher's name. So if you are in Ms. Spinelli's room, you are going to type Spinelli, and you see that Susan Spinelli comes up. Again, if I hover over her name, it says grade 3 teacher, Gompers Elementary, so I know I have the right person. So I come back down and I click on Susan Spinelli, and now I have both Ms. Jody and Ms. Spinelli in my address box. Underneath the to box is a subject box. The subject is what your Gmail is going to be about. And your assignment for today is going to be to send me an email that you're going to tell me 2 things you learned about how we should use Gmail when at our school. So the subject I think would be Gmail use. So subject should be short and simple and only a couple words telling the person what the email is going to be about. I then click down underneath the subject line, and I'm now in the text box area. And this is where you actually send your message. So if you are sending a message for school, you are going to use good writing etiquette. And so we would start with Dear Ms. Jody and Ms. Spinelli, comma, and then I hit enter to move my cursor down a line. Here is where I can type the text of whatever I want my message to be about. So I am going to give you a writing prompt. I would like you to start by saying, today, or you could say even this month, I learned that when I use school Gmail, and I'm not going to finish this because I want you to tell me now. What are 2 things you learned about using school Gmail? I'm hitting enter again. And when I am finished writing what I learned about using school Gmail, I'm going to sign off. So to go from your message to the point where you sign off at the end of your email, again, you hit your enter key and it will put your cursor from there to here. And then an easy way to sign off is either you could say sincerely and your name, or you could say thank you, comma, and your name. And then your message is ready to be sent. Now, I know you students love to use emojis, and it is okay to insert 1 or 2 emojis. If you come down here, you can choose from your emojis. But don't overdo the emojis, because if you put in 50, it's just too much. I would choose 1 emoji if you'd like, and then you can hit send, and your message will go to the people who are in your to box up here. Next, I want you to learn how to check on where your sent messages went. So we are back in our email account, and on this side underneath the Compose button you have different folders, and if you click on the folder that says Sent, you will see that here is the message that just got sent to Ms. Jody and Ms. Spinelli. And if you want to reread it later, you can click on it and you will see what was in that message. Click on the back arrow, you'll come back to your choices. So this is a good way to double check on things you sent and maybe you forgot exactly what you said or what was discussed. To get back to your inbox, however, come back underneath Compose and click on Inbox next. Next, I want us to learn how to delete messages we no longer need. So in our inbox, if you go up and down your inbox messages, you might see messages that are old and you're not going to need anymore. For example, on the bottom here, we often get Gmail team messages which explain how new features of your email work. But if you don't think you're going to read them or need them anymore, if you click in this box, we then get a choice to delete it. Up here is the delete wastebasket. So if I click on delete after putting a check mark in front of my email, it will delete it for me and I no longer need to have that filling up my inbox. So at this point, I would like you to stop the video and go through your different messages and decide what are messages that are really old and you're not going to look at anymore, or you probably will never ever read them. Put check marks in the boxes in front of them, hit delete, and basically clean up your inbox. The last thing we're going to work on is how to reply to a message someone already sent to you. So here in Jane's account, we see she has a message now from Jody, which is me, Miss Jody, and when she clicks on it to open it up, here is my message replying to what she sent me. If you want to see the entire message that originally went out, you can click up here and it will show you the whole message that went out first. And then I replied to her, and I am asking her now to practice with replying by sending me a note about one positive thing that happened to her this week. Everyone's going to do the same thing. So if I come over here, this is your reply button. It's the arrow that's kind of pointing backwards. So in order to start, I click on that reply button, and now I have a box in which I can write my message. And my name is already there. Again, if you hover over it, you see it tells you who you're replying to. So you don't have to type in a new address. You can just start typing. So again, Jane is going to reply to me using good message etiquette. She's going to say, "Dear Ms. Jody," comma, and then she can start her message. One positive thing that happened to me this week was, and then everybody should finish that sentence in their message that they replied to me with. And then of course she would sign off again. She could say, again, sincerely is just the most polite way to end a message. Sincerely, Jane. If she wants to see the whole thing and you click on those dots and you scroll down, you're going to see the whole message from the beginning. And her message that she just wrote was on top. So again, when she clicks send, that will go to me again. And I want everyone to stop the tape now and send me a reply to the message I sent to them. If you do not see a message from me, it means I never got a message from you. So I need you to do part 1, in which you send me a message first.